G'day guys, I just thought I'd make a little follow-up video. It's that last video showing you how I use cost instead of contracts to enter and exit trades, figure out my position size. So what I'll do is I'll share my screen and I'll come to, I've just set up a little BitMEX testnet account. So before I show you anything here, this is the calculator that I built to show me the cost that I want to put on. It's also built to do staggered entries and a few different things. Don't let it confuse you. It looks worse than it is. You can find a copy of it in the Discord, and if you just mouse over everything, it'll tell you what you want to do. The reason I like this calculator, one, I built it. Two, it allows me to do staggered entries, which I do a lot. I do a lot of swing trading, so I'll often have laddered entries or staggered entries. And three, it allows me to work in dollars or Bitcoin. You know, I don't really have to muck around changing anything, and I don't need to know the cost of contracts because I'm working in cost. I'm working in position size. So I won't show you guys how to use that. If you want a copy, I'll chuck it up in the Discord again. You should be able to figure it out from there. If you can't, same thing, let me know. I'll probably make another video explaining this at some time, but I'll keep this video short and simple. I'll just show you how I use cost to trade. So if you did use this calculator, it'll tell you, okay, here's the cost you want to put on for this trade. So what you do, this is annoying. I can't get to it. There we go, because the Zoom thing comes down in the way. All right, so this is just going to show you guys how to use cost. So this is just a testnet account I just set up then. So you can see here that BitMEX will tell you your cost, right? So here it's 0.1 Bitcoin. Now, what I was talking about before with changing leverage, what should happen if we go to 5x? The cost should double, right? Because we now have to put on twice as much of our capital to get to the same contract size. And I know I said I don't use contract size, but that's the figure you'll enter in Bitcoin in BitMEX. So that's the figure BitMEX will calculate off, right? So if we go to 5x, this becomes 200. Perfect. If we go to 1, it becomes 1,000. It's not exact. I had to muck around for a bit to get 1530 to give me 100. If we go to 50x, it'll be about 20, right? So that just shows you how changing your leverage will change the amount of your money, the cost that you have to put on this trade. So yeah, so what I do when I'm entering a trade is I don't ignore this because you can't. It's what you actually enter. But say I wanted to get the cost of 100, I'd go, okay, is that 1,000 contracts? No, that's too many. So is it 1,400? Oh, sorry, that was bad maths. Is it 800? Thereabouts. So we know, 790, 760, say. So it is a little bit more mucking around than just getting your exact contract size. But again, I like having it because it means I can do a sanity check. I like having it because I don't have to look up the contract price of every different asset. I can just work straight off the calculator, get my cost, and stick it straight into BitMEX and work from there. So I hope that helps you guys. I hope it sort of shows why I work in cost. And then again, when I was talking about sanity checks, so let's say that this trade, I knew I had a 1% stop loss and a 10x leverage, then I know I'm risking about 10%, or I am risking 10% of my position size. So if my cost is 100, then I know I'm risking so if my cost is 0.01, which is around that 99 up, I know I'm risking 0.001, which is 10% of the entire trade, and that should be 1% of my entire account. And I can do that maths in my head. Whereas if I was going, okay, I'm losing 10% of 760 contracts, that's 76 contracts, contract price, I'd have to find out what that is, then I'd have to do the maths on that to figure out if that was 1% of my total account. So that's why I like working in cost. I hope you guys find this useful. You might prefer contracts because it saves you, we'll go up a little bit to get to 100. Everyone has their own preferences. You'll find a calculator that'll do things that'll give you exact contract number. So just figure out what works for you. That's the trick to it. And for me, this is how I like it. I like doing my sanity checks. I like not having to know contract prices. I like not having to muck around with the calculator too much. So there you go. Hope that helps you guys, and good luck with your trade.